your run officially. And the challenge course will consist of 2 retries with 3 different outcomes to the course, either a buzzer, failing 2 obstacles, and then failing a third, or failing the same obstacle twice. At the end of each run, we will have leaderboards for each course, and points will be allocated based off of placement. First place will get 1 point, second place will get 2, and so on and so forth. The lowest combined score will receive the win. And if there is a tie on overall score, the winner via tiebreaker will be whoever does better on the challenge course. Thank you guys so much for joining us this lovely afternoon in New Jersey. I'm Kane Casillas alongside my co-host Evan Mell.
Yes, thank you guys for having me. Evan Mell here. I'm really excited to commentate for the elites today. Starting with the elite female division. And Kane, what are you looking to see out of these elite females?
You know, we have 10 very talented athletes here. Looking at the run order right here, we've got Melia Oxner, Abby Clark, a huge one, second place at the World Championships last year, our Premier Series Elite Female Champion. We've also got big names like Rachel Deguts, Talia Gewurz, Milo Carpenter, and Corinne Capriotti to round us out today. I'm expecting a lot of buzzers despite the smaller field compared to most other divisions. I think there's a lot of talent packed into this smaller list. I think on this flow course, we'll see about 5 or 6 buzzers at the minimum. And on the challenge course, it is very pumpy, very technical, and it's very long. I remember watching the rules videos for the challenge course, and just when I thought we were at the final obstacle, there was another one. And then there was another obstacle, and then another 2. And I think it's going to be a real battle of grit and determination. But I don't think it's outside of any of their capabilities. I think they're well within their limits here. They're going to do very well on this course.
And I would have to agree. Very exciting day over at Movement Lab New Jersey.
Absolutely. Are there any specifically that you're looking forward to watching run?
Absolutely. You mentioned her, Abby Clark, running second on the flow course. She needs absolutely no introduction to anyone familiar with Ninja. But I am also looking at Corinne Capriotti. She placed second at the Ninja Femme competition earlier this season. So those are 2 that I'm really looking forward to.
She had a great run on stage 3 over there as well. Very, very close to getting a very technical obstacle. I don't think there's anything as techy for them, so I do believe she can make light work of this course. And this course could not be possible without our 2 main sponsors, GGS Ninja, creating some of the best obstacle equipment in the world. They've also taken time to sponsor quite a few athletes. It began with our 2023 Elite Female Champion, Addie Herman, and now there is an entire team DGS, which also includes Abby Clark, who we'll be seeing coming up later. And of course, on the timing side of things, we have the best software in all of Ninja, NinjaWorks. They run all the buzzers, the smoke and lights, the results, which you can find on your screen as it goes in real time, as well as on the World Ninja League website. That's all thanks to the work of Carl and the team over at NinjaWorks. Thank you guys so much. And I believe, Evan, our athletes are just about ready. They've been scouting the course, looking for any type of beta, any extra strategies, comparing notes, looking at big skips they can make. And we've had some really tight time limits. I believe the flow course has been at 1:30 the whole weekend. And I wouldn't be surprised if it stays there or even gets tighter for our elite females here.
Absolutely. I hope our elite females paid attention to some of our earlier age divisions, trying to see if there are any betas, and see like what kind of changes could be made to each of our 2 courses here today.
And of course, the big story on the flow course side of things, which is what we'll be seeing first, is that TikTok on the left side of your screen. They are hopping up to that hexagon, which will tilt if they grab it at a certain spot. The TikTok is the most time-consuming obstacle on the course. and it's the second to last obstacle for the flow course. So our athletes are going to have to really make sure they're assertive, calculated, and fast above all else to that TikTok if they want a shot at having time to clear afterwards.
Absolutely. And TikTok, you need to build up a lot of momentum on that thing. And like what Kane said, it is very time consuming and definitely not easy.
And right behind the TikTok, you see some quad steps. The quad step run is right before it. What I liked seeing out of a lot of athletes in past divisions, they would run from the quad steps and use that momentum to jump straight into the TikTok. Kind of takes away those initial swings. Other athletes who would hesitate and then jump onto the TikTok, they would take a few extra swings because they're forced to build up that extra momentum. If they can cut that out, our athletes are going to get through in 5 to 10 seconds faster than their opponents.
Absolutely. This flow course definitely going to be pretty speed heavy, especially through those quad steps like you just mentioned. Over in the left side of your screen, you saw someone pushing back a circle earlier. That's like a little bit of a circle slider. That's also a pretty fast obstacle. And shout out to Lucas Reale, our main referee for this competition. You might have just saw him on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, Lucas has been doing a great job making all the right calls for all of our athletes. Haven't had any controversial anything, and it's thanks to our incredible crew led on the floor by Lucas. And it looks like we're going to get Melia Oxner at the starting line in just a bit. Cameras might be cutting over in just a second.
Absolutely. Now, Kane, you've actually commentated the young adult male division. Any strategies you think are going to be taken into account for our elite female division?
I think the Lachey lane is also an underrated one. The last bar has a pipe on it that our athletes have had to catch with a mixed grip. However, our athletes are also talented enough to link through it. Just like Melia here, she can absolutely link through it. You just have to be precise with your hand placement. But we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Melia right now is on the ring slider. He's going to take an extra backswing here before jumping into tornado turn. On with the action.
Right through that warp wall run very easily as well. Lachey lanes, Lachey is one of the premier skills of any ninja. Not linking it. Oh, but gets that.
There's that mixed grab, though.
Mm-hmm. And now we got the sideways. That first transition, you have to go a bit up, but Melia gets it pretty easily. And now you're going to have a lot of force coming down on this move right here. Oh, goes for the bar.
Grabs the bar. Yes, I believe the third board will only be in play for the elite males, if I'm not mistaken. But a great boot scoot. And again, using that speed to go right into the TikTok, just as we were discussing earlier. Building up that swing. She's going to have to get out pretty quickly, though. If she can jump on this next one. Yeah, turning to face that hexagon, though. Gets it with one hand and peels off. Seems to be all right, though. Gets up.
Yeah, definitely
shakes it
a
off.
hard fall. But still a great first run by Melia Oshner. As you can see, nails that sideways Lachey, but unfortunately goes down on that hexagon.
And absolutely a great run. And this is kind of about the distance you would expect most of our athletes to get, if not all of them. Now the question is, how fast are they going to be? And we're about to find out as Rachel D-Guts takes to the starting line.
Absolutely. Rachel D-Guts, another one of these elite female athletes that needs absolutely no introduction to anyone in this sport. And she looks like she is about to be off. And is making quick work of these first few obstacles.
There is a stopper on that ring slider, and it appears our athletes are taking a bit of a hop to ensure that they don't rush their dismount. Now, this is going to be tricky, these next couple of obstacles. Rachel actually has a bit of a finger injury, but that's not stopping her from linking into that grab on the Lachey lane. Clearly, it's injured maybe, but, Not enough to stop her. Is she going to link that dismount? Yes, she is. Onto the boot scoot.
What injury? Looks like she doesn't seem to have an injury at all. Going by this run, has about halfway through her time limit as she gets onto the TikTok toss right here, building up some extra swings. Looks like she's going to go for it right here and gets it.
All right, now if you grab the very edge that is blue over there, it will tilt. Rachel avoids that part of it to give a clean dismount. And now we're on to Cane Lane.
Yep, not even using any. Yeah, not even using
truss.
chalk.
Oh, it looks like she's going around it. Oh, a little stumble there, but she's all right. Our first clear on the flow course is Rachel Deguts with some flying links right there. And a great dismount. Perhaps that truss, you know, we had our young adult males using the truss to dismount. Perhaps it's off limits because Rachel didn't even use it, didn't even seem to need it anyways, even if it was in play. And with a time of 1:14, she set the bar pretty high for the remaining athletes. But if there's anyone who can excel and push that bar even higher, it's Abby Clark.
Absolutely, Kane. Rachel Deguts, being only our second runner, definitely gives the other athletes here today their work cut out for them. And Abby Clark is going crazy right now into the Lachey lane and absolutely links it.
Now,
going through sideways.
Abby coming out of Next Level Ninja with training partner Joe Capo. They do a lot of big links, so no surprise she had those laches on lock. You can also see she's wearing a DGS Ninja shirt. As I said before, she is officially one of the sponsored athletes of Team DGS.
Absolutely.
Huge jump, nice catch. Never really doubted that she was going to miss that, ever never thought that for a second. Her grip strength is incredible.
Absolutely, and we just saw that tilt that Kane was talking about. And
no! What? I was gonna say, what a great idea bringing the second cane with you to shimmy across, and it looks like she just overshot that move and just missed it. Oh man.
Yeah, I looked like there was a little bit of that pipe left after that little support. Maybe try to get a better dismount, but overshoots it and looked like it caught her off guard, and she just peels right off of the other cane as well.
Well, now we're going to take our attention over to Esperanza Abarca. Very casually but quickly through the first 4 obstacles.
Absolutely.
Trains out of Iron City Ninjas, which is over in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken, or Virginia.
Gets that switch grip on the pipe as she is about to begin the sideways. Big move up to that one right there and gets it. Now going to have to turn her body and gets that as well. Onto the boot scoot now.
Almost steps off the platform. Good save.
As you can see, bounding through the quad step run. And now is going to build up momentum on the TikTok toss. Lots of momentum right here.
Huge swing. Looks like she's going to go for it now. Great grab. Lots of height there. And perhaps this won't be as much of a crux point as we initially anticipated, Evan. But I spoke too soon. A slip off the back of the dismount platform is going to do her in.
Yep.
She had such a strong run, such power on that TikTok as well.
Absolutely. Didn't quite cross that plane right there. Just slid off to the left. But still, that puts her in 3rd place so far with 6 runners to go. And up next, we have Elise Regan coming out of the Gravity Forge.
Gravity Forge. One of the coaches over there is none other than Jackson Erdos, who we'll be seeing running the Elite Male Division later on in the day. probably going to end up on her sideline with some chalk, more than likely. He's been going back and forth for all the Gravity Forge athletes all weekend.
Absolutely. Looks like they're getting reset a little bit. We still got plenty of athletes to go over here in the Elite Female Division. And Elise is on the starting platform right now.
Quickly onto that ring slider, not wasting any seconds. Going to take one little backswing before dismounting and immediately jumping into Tornado Turn.
The warp wall run and makes that nice reach to the rope. Using extra support bar to get over to the Lachey lane.
Not going to choose to link. Going to play it a little safer on this spinning bar here, right there with that mixed grip catch. Nice job, Elise.
Absolutely. And now we are going on to the sideways. Gets it easily. Using a little bit more momentum to get to that support bar. About 36 seconds left.
Still has enough time to clear. Probably won't be as fast as Rachel, but like a buzzer is a buzzer. Nothing to complain about there.
Absolutely.
She can go now. She's going to take one more swing.
Goes for the leap, but doesn't quite get it.
Just doesn't commit to that grab, but had the height for it.
Still a great run out of Elise as she's making her way through the cane lane.
Oh, and it looks like the truss is in play.
Oh.
Good use of it by Elise. So
Absolutely.
Rachel just decided, nah, I don't need it. I'm going to just go. Great job.
Absolutely. And now we have Talia Juritz up next on the starting platform. We are halfway through the flow course right now, and Rachel Degas is our only clear so far.
You can see Talia wearing a Next Level Ninja shirt. Next Level has had a huge team show up, and it's only going to get even bigger as we progress into the younger divisions in future weekends. But right now, Talia repping the team with some serious skill here. Going to also have to tack off of the truss there to get up to that bar. Yep. But look at those. Almost looked like she wanted to link. She catches that instead very high up. Firm
Got a lot
grab.
of air, too.
A nice catch there. She's going to pull back, probably link that dismount. Underbars it. Great job. Onto the boot scoop.
Has about 50 seconds left with 3 obstacles remaining. Quad step run is absolutely no trouble for her. Now she's got to build up a lot of momentum on this TikTok toss. That hexagon jump, not easy.
Swing. Now she's just got to build up enough swing towards that dismount platform.
And now we have the cane lane. Is she going to do what Abby Clark tried to do and bring both canes with her? No, she doesn't.
Looks like she's just going straight for that dismount, Evan. Straight to the swing.
Yep.
She gets it. That platform tipping out on her, but she's fine. She's up, and she hit that buzzer. 1 minute, 13 seconds. I think that's just slightly faster than Rachel.
Yeah, that platform has proven to be the toughest obstacle so far, as Rachel Degas also had a stumble there, and that puts Talia right into first place with only 4 runners left.
Just 1 second ahead of Rachel, nonetheless. Abby Clark currently our furthest non-finisher, rounding out our podium, but with 4 runners left, 4 very talented runners, I might add. That could absolutely change. Hannah Grella up next. Another Next Level Ninja athlete.
Next Level Ninja definitely having a lot of athletes here today.
Oh my goodness, she overshot the tornado. Can't touch the red. Can't touch the red, has to go straight to the blue. That is the platform, and she saves it. Has lost a little bit of time here, but her run is still alive, and that's all that matters right now.
Yeah, took an extra swing on the rope as well. Let's see how she'll be able to make up time on the Lachey lane, and links right through it.
Great grab there.
Going
to take 1 extra backswing.
Yeah, gets a lot of height right there on that first Lachey. Onto the boot scoot. A little bit of a rocky start to her run, but she's making excellent time right now. TikTok
Yeah,
toss coming up.
To think that there would have been an extra 5 to 8 seconds on the clock if she hadn't overshot that tornado. Oh, but she undershoots the TikTok toss and just hits the bottom of that hexagon. A great save on the tornado to keep her run alive. I think that still puts her in the top 5 for the time being because she really pushed the pace after that little slip up.
Absolutely.
There she is, right in fourth.
Madeline Valentine is up next. I believe that is a Gravity Forge. Yes, thank you, Kane. Making quick work of these first few obstacles.
Very quick footwork there on the warped wall run.
Not even 15 seconds into a run onto the 5th obstacle.
Oh, looked like she wanted to link, maybe got a little too close to that second bar. Catches that very securely, though.
Yes,
Tall enough to where she didn't even have to jump up to that board. She just reached.
Yes, and as you can see, Jackson Erdos coaching his athlete along. Big shout outs to Jackson Erdos, who we will be seeing run later in the elite male division. Madeline has about 45 seconds left as she starts to build up momentum onto the TikTok toss.
Great catch out of Madeline right there. 35 seconds left. That hexagon will tilt. So she's going to build that swing. She's got 30 seconds for one obstacle. I do believe we're about to see our third clear on the flow course today. I know words. Oh, didn't even have to really swing.
Yeah.
Managed to push off the platform there. And that is going to be our fastest time with 1:10. Madeline Valentine, great linking through on that dismount on the sideways laches. Huge amount of swing there and a great sense of direction on all of these off-axis dismounts.
Yes, this flow course definitely getting figured out now by our athletes here today. And we have Milo Carpenter up next, another Gravity Forge ninja with Jackson Erdos with the chalk bag. And looks like she is about to be off. Doesn't even take some time to rest. And we just saw how fast Madeline's run is, and it looks like Milo is matching it beat for beat. Sideways up next. Takes a bit of an extra swing.
Still has a lot of time on the clock, though. She can link that dismount. She pops right through. Great job.
Through the boot scoot. The TikTok toss is coming up. Huge amount of momentum shifting right here. It makes that grab very easily. Not going to bother with those tilting holds right there. Oh!
Bit shaky on the platform there, but she's fine, and she's shuffling right through. Not wasting any seconds. Already has herself swinging forward and back, which already sets her great for that dismount. She's going to push off one more time. Oh, no, did her foot tap. Did her foot tap. Here we go. She's going to go through that second board and set herself perfectly for that dismount. Here comes the boot scoot. Right into the quad step run. Let's see if she'll carry that speed over to the TikTok toss. Automatically turning around, using all of her momentum. Great job. Huge swing. Now she's kind of controlling it a little, taking a more cautious approach. She's tilting the hexagon before dismounting, gets a little bit of chalk, and is still about 5 seconds ahead of everyone else at this point.
What a run that we are witnessing right now. This looks like it's going to be by far the fastest time.
Well, I don't know, because she's a little shaken up. You know, she had to kick off the truss just a little bit. I don't know her exact time right now. And then that near tip of the platform almost cost her, but she had some great reflexes there. Right there, you see it again. Great save and a great finish. There we go, a 108 puts her at the top. And that's going to do it for our elite female flow course. 5 finishers. My prediction was 5 or 6, so I feel pretty good about myself there. But taking a look there, congratulations, Corinne, Madeline, Talia, Milo, and Rachel for those awesome buzzers. Look at the time difference as well between third, fourth, and fifth, all within about a second and a half of each other.
Great stuff out of our athletes here today. Definitely a big shock with Abby Clark going down at the very end of the course. Just misplacing that cane to get a better dismount, and it looked like it caught her off guard right there. So, yeah.
I'm very much looking forward to the challenge course here. I think we're going to see some crazy action. I think now we're getting to the more endurance-heavy part of the regionals, and there are a lot of endurance and grip specialists in this roster. So be sure to tune back in just a few minutes. And after the elite females are done, come back at 3:30 p.m. Eastern to check out the elite male division. And if you ever want to pass time by and watch back on the past divisions, you can check out the World Ninja League YouTube under the live stream tab to see all of the past divisions from this weekend, as well as all of the future divisions coming out over the next 2 weekends for our Northeast Regional. We'll be right back.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my chalk bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slap chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slap chalks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, seal and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Welcome back to our Season 9 World Ninja League Tier 1 Northeast Regionals, where our elite female athletes have just wrapped up their flow course, and now we'll be taking on the challenge course. A reminder of the challenge course format. It's our newest format to the World Ninja League. Our athletes will have 2 retries, which they get on different obstacles. There are 3 different outcomes to a run, either with a buzzer, or if you fail the same obstacle twice, your run ends, or if you fail 3 different obstacles, your run ends. Our scores will be based off of our placements on the courses. So first place will get 1 point, second place will get 2 points, third will get 3, and so on and so forth. The lowest combined score between our flow course and our challenge course will be crowned our regional champion. And if there is a tie for overall combined score, the tiebreaker is determined by who did better on the challenge course. So let's say 2 athletes get 3 points, first and second and first. Whoever got first on the challenge course will be the overall regional champion. Once again, I am Kane Casillas here with Evan Mel.
Absolutely. To recap from our flow course, 5 of our 10 athletes here today completed the course. One of those being Corinne Capriati, who cleared with the fastest time. And to our athletes, the hardest obstacle was that final finishing platform. You saw a lot of our athletes stumble on it, and definitely very challenging right there, but they made it look easy. And now we are moving on to the challenge course. Melia Oshner will be our first runner.
I think that this challenge course is going to play to a lot of athletes' strengths. We have a lot of endurance-heavy athletes here that specialize in upper body, grippy, burnout-style courses, and the back half of this course is exactly that. Abby Clark definitely want to look out for. Her grip strength has been described as a cheat code, in a way, and I can understand why. She has some insane upper body strength. I would also expect runs like that out of Talia, Corinne, Milo, Madeline, basically all of them. I don't know too much about some of the other athletes, but I have seen the others in our Premier Series and at Ninja Fem and at other great events run by the World Ninja League. And I'm very optimistic we're going to get at least 1, probably more, clears on this challenge course.
Yes.
Are there any obstacles that stuck out to you, Evan?
For those of you guys who don't know, I am a huge old school ninja fan. So one of the obstacles on the challenge course that I am really looking forward to seeing is the pipe slider, which is the 4th obstacle of the course, as well as the Angry Birds, which is the last obstacle of the course before the buzzer.
I think this is going to be a really fun course. I personally love the combo of the cliffhangers into the maker steps into the deja vu crossing. The deja vu, such a fun obstacle. I've always wanted to try it. I think it's a simple yet technical obstacle, and I love it. Every time I see it, I keep looking at it and I think, oh man, I want to try it every single time. And as always, many of these obstacles have been made by the incredible DGS Ninja, the obstacle manufacturer company that is a proud sponsor of the World Ninja League. You can also pre-order if you would like any specific obstacles at the World Championships. They will have it ready for you to go in June, as long as you place your order far enough in advance. And recently, they've started to expand by sponsoring athletes like our elite female world champion, Addie Herman, and Abby Clark, who we see wearing a DGS team shirt right now at the regional event. You guys can check out all of their equipment and more at dgsninja.com. And of course, on the technical side of things, we have our timers, our time limit, our buzzers with the smoke, and that is all thanks to the power of NinjaWorks. Shout out to Carl and the rest of his team over there. putting together some of the greatest ninja software out there. Not only does it give us all of these fancy things to look at on screen and in person, but it also allows us to track all of these results in real time. And you can find all of the results accurate on worldninjaleague.org thanks to the power of NinjaWorks.
And you'll see some NinjaWorks graphics throughout the entire stream here today. Most notably, in the bottom right of your screen, you will see the timer and the athlete's name and what obstacle they are currently on the bottom left side of your screen. And NinjaWorks also provides us the leaderboard that you see on screen right now.
And so again, we've got our 10 athletes in the run order right there. It appears that we see our referee, Lucas Reale, making sure that the timer and everything is all good to go before our athletes take to the course.
Yes, big shout outs to Lucas Reale for working very, very hard during this entire event.
I'm very excited to see what adjustments they've made between the young adult division and the elite female division. Can't really imagine that they'd be the same. These athletes are so incredibly talented at what they do. And again, there's only 10 of them in this wave, but it is 10 athletes of pure talent, all of them very capable of making it very far into this course. So I'm curious as to what type of beta we'll see, and what type of adjustments that our course designers have made to prevent crazy beta breaks.
100%, Kane. I have to agree. This field is absolutely stacked. And I cannot wait to see how they will tackle this challenge course. And just remember, you have 2 retries, one per each obstacle that you fall on until you are out of retries.
Absolutely. See what I did there? And it looks like we're going to find out what's going on with the courses and what adjustments have been made specifically, as Melia is reportedly about to enter to the starting block. It looks like we're going to get started with our challenge course very, very shortly. Thank you guys all for tuning into the stream. Those of you who have stuck around either throughout the day, throughout this division, or throughout this weekend as a whole. We love your dedication to the sport. And there's Melia Oxner.
Smoke coming out
as
too.
The smoke goes off.
Looking to begin her run. Kane, what do you think is going to be the crux point for these athletes here today?
If I had to pick a crux point, I'd honestly say it depends on how the balance pond is arranged this time around. It's some very, very tough balance obstacles at the surface. So you're going to have to be careful with that. If not, that cliffhanger line right after. But Melia currently working her way through the captain's wheel. We got a ways to go before we get to any of those crux points right now. Huge turn. Got to also shout out some respect for wearing a Hogwarts shirt. Go ahead, if you guys are watching, if you guys are Harry Potter fans, go ahead and drop your house in the chat. I personally am a Gryffindor.
Makes that dismount right there, and onto the pipe slider. Definitely one of these old school obstacles. Still finds its way in Modern Ninja today. Looking to build up the swing. The old school technique. I'm really loving this.
Yeah, you could tell it wasn't really a choice at first. You could tell she wanted more momentum coming into it. She ran out of steam towards that, and she still makes the dismount, though. Great move, and now we're coming into full throttle.
Yes, full throttle. Definitely a challenging obstacle right here. Let's see how Melia will be able to handle it, and it looks like she handles it very easily. Up for grabs is up next, and just has to mount onto that trapeze bar. Going with the switch grip. Looks like that's going to be an axe right there. Not an easy transfer at all. Building up a lot of extra swings here. and gets the
Oh, that
grab.
axe almost wants to come off, but gets the dismount. Now it's going to be the balance pawn.
Now
And it
in
looks
our
like it's configuration. Ooh, 2 blocks now. Now we have seen some people decide to jump, and that's exactly what Melia is going to do. Going to move on to the cliffhangers. Hasn't really chalked up in a minute. Maybe just doesn't need it. A bold choice, but it seems to work for her. Looks very comfortable right now.
yes, cliffhanger is another iconic ninja obstacle, and it still keeps this challenge throughout all of the years of Ninja. And Melia is looking to make that transfer right there. We saw this transfer be pretty challenging for our young adult males earlier today.
Ooh, and just grabs a little too low while also on the wrong side of that slanted ledge there. She's going to have to take a retry. 46 seconds on the clock.
Looks like she's getting some chalk here as she preps to take on the obstacle again. Only about 35 seconds left.
Oh no, and she peels off. That's officially going to end her run. She still has 30 seconds to try some obstacles if she would like. Going to head over to the maker steps right there.
Yes, and we saw a lot
Maker
of
steps. Obviously, the maker steps are a reference to, do you know, Evan?
Kevin Carbone, the maker.
There we go.
And we are going
Always
backwards.
has some great builds. Ooh, tried to do like a mini hop backwards, a mini coffin in the way, but just peels off. And that's going to do it for her time as well. Still a very far run, about halfway through the course, a little over the halfway point.
Yes, and like you said, Kane, those cliffhangers are going to prove to be a massive challenge for our athletes here today, as Rachel D. Guts is at the starting line with the smoke coming out.
Rachel was our first clear on the flow course. Ended up in 5th place overall. Let's see how she fares on this challenge course.
Making quick work of vault run. Not even bothering using her feet on the pole graspers. Looks like we're experiencing
Swiftly
some
through.
There we are. Through both of those rings right there. Captain's Wheel up next. One of the most iconic ninja obstacles in recent times. And Rachel is making quick work of these obstacles right here.
Yeah, Rachel has a lot of power and strength to her. Sets her hips maybe not far back enough. She went for a big whip and it just didn't go, but she gets that dismount very easily. Bar barely even moved back.
Full throttle up here next. Using the support beam to get her footing set and makes it through.
Nice swing. Just has to center herself to aim for the axe before launching herself forward, which she does right now. Great grab.
Rachel D. Guts bunny hopping.
Bunny hops. Works for her, saves her a lot of time and energy as well.
I believe she also made it here quicker than Melia has. So that should push her up into first place so far.
Oh. And now it is worth noting that that Rachel reportedly has an injured finger, so cliffhangers are going to be a real challenge for her. Obviously, she's healthy enough to be here competing today, but if your fingers aren't at 100% and you're doing a cliff line as tough as this one, it can definitely put a strain on that specific part of your body. Great grab and just peels off.
Definitely looked like
Had
a
the
hard
right
fall
idea.
there, too.
And you can see her looking at her hand as well, grabbing her finger. She seems, she may have, irritated something there. Hopefully she's all right. She had the right idea, though, trying to catch both ledges at the same time to stabilize herself. And if she had just held on to that and dismounted, she would have been golden on that obstacle. Hopefully
Yes,
she's all right.
indeed. Yeah, looked like she was fine there. Definitely took some time on the mat to gather herself. And Abby Clark is up to the starting platform wearing the DGS Ninja shirt. So big shout outs to our sponsor, DGS.
Now here we go. There are some times where I just know that Abby's going to do well based off of what the obstacles are, because I look at them and I say, that's right in her wheelhouse. That's also right in her wheelhouse. I think this is one of those courses. And you know what? I was right the last time, because the last time I said that was the Premier Series Finals course, and she won.
100% correct, Kane, as Abby is making it through the captain's wheel, making it look very easy.
Abby's definitely had experience on this before, was at stage 3 at the World Championships when the captain's wheel made its appearance. Quick pop through, very smooth dismount.
Full throttle up next, getting her feet set. And remember, Abby Clark had a stunning fall on the final obstacle of the flow course, the cane lane. Tried to go for an easier dismount, but the cane came off of the track, caught her off guard, and she dropped. But she's not letting that affect her as she is making her way through the balance pond right here.
Steps over on those blocks and goes straight for that platform, not even bothering with the lily pads. And now we're on to what I believe is one of her specialties, the cliffhangers.
We just saw our previous two athletes go down here using retries and still not being able to make it through. But Abby Clark making it look really easy.
Extra. All right, now just has to set herself for this move. A great grab on that slanted edge. She's just going to aim towards that platform, and away she goes. Now hops into first place with 5 more obstacles to go on this challenge course, starting with the Maker Steps.
Maker Steps, staticking her way through. The cliffhanger ledge, that angled ledge, not easy, and it requires a lot of grip strength, which Abby Clark is showing in spades. Now, you might have saw in the young adult male division, some of our athletes doing like mini coffins right there, but Abby Clark is going to static it. That's about a minute left.
I was about to say, I'm a little concerned about her time right now. A minute is not a lot of time for the remainder of the course, but getting that deja vu move in 1 is huge for her. Reaches over to those cannonballs. Very smooth so far. Now these next 2 obstacles can be done pretty quickly and can get Abby Clark to Angry Birds as long as she doesn't make a careless mistake. Still has some retries, but doesn't need it on the catback. Now for the top hats. You can see that the nunchuck has been swapped out for a donut there. There's that second top hat. And now 17 seconds left. She's got to go. She does not have a lot of time for the Angry Birds. She's got to get these moves right away. As you can see here, the young adult males UFO has been swapped out for some nunchucks, which she just peels off. I think the pressure of the time limit got to her a little bit. She went for it in 1 swing, and it just wasn't enough.
She's got to send it right here.
Though, out of Abby. Yeah, worth the shot, you know. 4 seconds is still 4 seconds. And what a great run overall. That's going to be a very tough run to beat. The only thing that can really get it is, in my opinion, a full clear.
100% Kane. And Esperanza Abraca is up next
Esperanza
here.
Abarca.
Yes, thank you, Kane.
You're welcome.
Esperanza made a great run on the flow course, but looks like she fell off of the dismount. But now moving her way through the vault run. Using her feet on the pole grasper, we saw Abby Clark just static her way through with just her hands. But now it's time for the
there's
captain's wheel.
definitely pros and cons to using your feet on the pole grasper. Maybe not as fast as doing a given technique, but at the same time saves you some energy, which is good because this is a pumpy course. Esperanza very, very smooth on the captain's wheel, going rolling thunder style instead of grabbing the spokes. Let's see how she does on this pipe slider, which has been a little time consuming for some of our athletes. She's a little stuck on the track right now. Is she going to get this dismount right away? Or is she going to slide back? She slides back a little bit.
But that didn't stop her.
Absolutely. I've been saying throughout the young adult stream, a lot of the pipe slider dismount is about setting your hips and not using your arms. And that's exactly what our female athletes are doing here. And they're having a lot of success with that technique.
So far, our athletes here today getting through the first half of this course pretty easily. It's when it starts to get pumpy towards the second half, starting with that cliffhanger, almost slides off of that axe with a nice recovery right here. And now the balance pond.
Gonna actually use the lily pads here, but it works for her.
And now we're onto the cliffhangers. This took out both Melia and Rachel. Let's see how Esperanza will be able to handle it.
Great grab. Gonna have to center herself to make sure she's towards, or is she going for the red ledge? No, she's gonna reach back to center her swing to go straight for the blue. Redirecting.
I initially thought she was going to go for that red ledge.
I thought so too, but that ledge is also a lot thinner and a little bit further than that blue ledge, as evidenced by her reach there. She's fighting for it, but just drops down. Has a retry though. She's going to take a second, chalk up a little bit. Matt Bradley on her sideline.
Shout out to Matt Bradley. Getting a little bit of a tip as well.
Well, if there's anyone who knows cliffhangers, it's definitely Matt Bradley.
100%. And now getting some more tips from Matt Bradley to try and get through this obstacle.
My only concern about that is the clock is running. She's got 35 seconds to get through this obstacle.
We'll see if she'll shade to that second blue ledge again. And
just peels off.
Still a great run out of Esperanza.
Yeah, definitely nothing to be ashamed of whatsoever.
Looks like she's going to attempt the maker steps. Kipping her way up that first half of the obstacle. Now our young adult males tried to use a 180 technique there, but looks like Esperanza is completely spent after the cliffhanger. And now Elise Regan is coming up next. Elise, one of our many Gravity Forge ninjas. And we see Jackson Erdos right there, providing the chalk. And Elise is ready to get her run underway. Taking a bit of a slower approach for the vault run. But now is making up for the lost time on the pole graspers, making them look very easy. As someone who has tried pole graspers, they are not as easy as they look. And another obstacle that's not as easy as it looks is the captain's wheel, which Elise is on right now. Just gotta get the dismount right here.
Very efficient movements, but maybe her hips are a little out of alignment with the platform. Gives it a little twist, and she's good. Now just has to dismount back without that bar sliding. Steadies her swing. Focusing a little too much on the arm bend with the hips. It's more in the hips than the arms. And she just foot taps on the back. Gonna have to try the pipe slider again.
Yes, that pipes, the dismount that Elise was going for, definitely not an easy dismount. Looks like she's going to send it right there and does just that. Now onto full throttle. Using her balance to her advantage and makes it through.
Gonna hop on to up for grabs now.
Building up some swings right here. Gotta make that lache to that axe, which we almost had a slide off by Esperanza. And what a grab right there. Just gotta get the dismount. And Kane, I think you're right. The cliffhangers is going to be the difference for these athletes here today.
Well, we are still only in our first half of the run order. I would not be surprised if we get someone opening the floodgates here beyond Abby Clark. Elise making very light work of this right now. Building that swing. Looks like she wants to go for the skip. She's going to grab the slanted one instead. Oh, and turns herself around for the dismount. Very smart idea. Quick thinking while staying calm and collected under pressure. A minute left on the clock, though. Going to have to push a little more to get a few more obstacles under her belt. She's currently in second, but is going to want to extend that lead over the others so she can stay on the podium.
And remember, Elise used her first retry on the pipe slider, but now is on to the maker steps. It gets that lache to that little bar. Now has to go back on these maker steps, staticking her way through just like what Abby Clark did. Has about 25 seconds left. Oh, she's grimacing. It goes down.
I think that's just the pump, but she still has 22 seconds to get through this.
Yes. Not enough time for a full clear, but definitely enough time to get through the maker steps. Oh, but she drops. Looks like she's absolutely spent from those early obstacles and especially from that cliffhanger. As she moves into second place with half of our field taken on the challenge course. Of course, Abby Clark is still in first place. Made it all the way to the Angry Birds, which is the final obstacle. Talia Gewirtz got a little startled from the smoke, but now she's locking in and ready to take on the course.
Very smooth on vault run, making sure she doesn't make any careless mistakes. Now on to the pole graspers. Started with just her hands, moving to hands and feet. Nice drop
Proven
down.
not to be a challenge for her at all. But now onto the captain's wheel. Let's see how her technique will... Oh, misses a grab. Doesn't look phased.
She adjusts. She definitely doesn't need to be the way she's moving through this obstacle. Maneuvering just fine regardless. Now onto the pipe slider.
Does it in one kip and makes that dismount. That's another thing I really like about the pipe slider is that some of our athletes can just go through it in just a few seconds while others take a while to get that dismount. As Talia goes through full throttle onto the up for grabs.
Ooh, huge swing. She really is giving herself a lot of power with that lache. Nice job. Almost overshot it. Almost hit her face on the axe.
Yeah.
Oh, but she stepped down into the wrong spot and had to actually use a retry for that on the balance pond.
Looking more focused now. Bunny hops to the finishing platform. Doesn't bother with that last peg of the balance pond. Now onto the cliffhangers, which has proven to be a massive challenge for our athletes here today so far, with only Abby Clark and Elise Regan making it through. Making that transition to the cliffhanger, that red cliffhanger right there.
Now the big moment. Catches the slanted one, not sliding at all. And is going to get that distance. It looks like the cliffhanger has been figured out by our athletes here, Evan.
100%. And then we have the maker steps coming up. These are proven to be tough. Elise Regan went down on this obstacle just a run ago. But Talia is looking very focused right here. Going to static these moves right here.
Oh, but her hand just slides on that second step. Timer's paused, has a retry, has plenty of time to get through this. She's going to chalk up. Joe Capo giving her some advice.
Big shout outs to Joe Capo, who we will also see in the Elite Male Division coming up later today. Talia making her way up the first half of these maker steps. Gets that lache. Is she going to static these moves again? Looks like she will. There's only about 15 seconds left.
Oh, no! I do think that staticking the way to go, but you can only be so pumped after a while, and I think it just got the better of Talia there at the very end.
Yeah. Even when our athletes clear the cliffhangers, they are completely spent, and the maker steps definitely are also a workout for your hands and your shoulders. And Hannah Grella is up next at the starting platform. Smoke coming out. It looks like she's ready to go. And here we are through the vault run. And now the pole graspers. Using hand over hand, doesn't even bother using her feet. That might be the way to go on the pole graspers. I hope our elite males are paying attention to that. And we have the captain's wheel coming up. Just has the dismount right here. Takes an extra swing. Now onto the pipe slider. Makes it look easy. Full throttle coming up. Getting her feet set. Is she going to two-step this or one-step it? She's going to one-step it. And now making great time to up for grabs right here. That axe is not an easy grab either. And it is no match for Hannah Grella as she advances to the balance pond.
Gonna hop right over the lily pads. Not wasting any more time on that obstacle. Chalking up before our first major cutoff here. Still making amazing time as well. She might already be higher up on the leaderboard based off of her time to this point, but you know clearing it is going to put her in that top 4 right now.
That was incredible technique on the cliffhangers right there. Onto the maker steps. If she gets through this obstacle, she will be placed into the top 3 for sure. She doesn't even look gassed at all. What a run out of Hannah Grella.
No, she looks very composed right now.
And she's our second athlete to make it to the Deja Vu Crossing. Remember, only
Fitting that
Abby
both of the
Clark
athletes
has
who have made it this far. It's fitting that both of the athletes who've made it this far are out of next level.
Oh!
Goes to show exactly what they're training. What a static as well on that cannonball.
And she's got plenty of time left, a bit over a minute.
Nice cat back move right there onto the top hats.
Let's see how she will handle the top hats right here. Making quick work of it. Still looking as composed as ever. I believe she is faster to the Angry Birds than Abby Clark was as she begins.
I also am pretty sure about that, yeah. I do believe that she's already in first, but of course we want a challenge course clear. Get those nunchucks, Hannah.
Grabs.
Here we go. Gets the dismount and the buzzer. Hannah Grella, our first clear on the challenge course. I knew it was upon us. And wow. Again, you said it best, Evan. She looked so calm throughout the entire run. She genuinely doesn't even look tired.
Well, our three remaining athletes have their work cut out for them as Madeline Valentine is coming up. She was one of our finishers on the flow course. As she gets some tips from Jackson Erdos, who we will see later on in the Elite Males. Again, one of our Gravity Forge ninjas. And she's off.
Here goes Madeline. A little wobbly. All right, and quickly through vault run. Skipping that first pole on the pole graspers. Has a bit more reach than some of the other athletes, and she's maximizing that to the best of her ability.
Definitely had to keep an eye on her legs right there because she was very close to the mats there. But she is moving through at a very efficient pace onto that captain's wheel. Just
Great
got
movement so far.
and goes
Nice
to the
dismount onto that pipe slider now. Good
One
pop
move.
and dismount.
Full
Very
throttle.
swiftly through. Gonna reach over now. Got to center her balance forward instead of back. And now we're moving.
A little bit of a
Great
slip
job,
on that
Madeline.
second step.
Able to
Building
make
up
it
some swing.
safe, able to recover.
Nice grab. We just saw Hannah Grella put up a great time as our first finisher of this challenge course. As she moves on to the cliffhangers, has a bit of time left. Actually, quite a bit of time. About 2 minutes left as she proceeds to chalk up. And is about to begin the cliffhangers. The cliffhangers proved to be very challenging for our first set of athletes. But she's looking very, very efficient through this obstacle right here. Building up some extra
She's got to build a
swing.
little bit more of a swing. Nice move, but she got her left hand on top of her right and not on the ledge enough. Gonna have to use a retry here.
Still chalking up. Get some additional chalk courtesy of Jackson Erdos. And now we're going to see another attempt here. Cliffhangers, once again, so challenging for all of our athletes. Makes that lachey to that blue cliffhanger onto that really thin red one. Now this is the move that took her out last time. Building up swing.
Catches it this time. She's sliding though. She's got to move. Gets on the straight ledge and dismounts. She's out of there.
45
Good,
seconds
quick
left.
Decisions. I think she had almost peeled off of there. Saved herself at the perfect time.
The maker steps coming right up. Goes for that 180 transfer. And now is going to static her way through the second half of the maker steps. Definitely sliding.
Ooh, tried to coffin and slid down. Maybe those are a little slick, you know. We had a lot of athletes put their hands on it before in past divisions. Perhaps they got a little sweaty.
Yeah, sweaty hands definitely lead to a lot less grip. Going forward here.
Ooh, she tried to pinch the bottom. I respect it.
I think she was running low on time to try and get through that obstacle. So desperate times call for desperate measures right there. But still a great run out of Madeline. As Milo Carpenter is coming up next, another one of our Gravity Forge ninjas. Getting some chalk courtesy of Jackson Erdos. And looks like we are about to be underway with our second to last runner of our Elite Female Division. Moving through the vault run very, very quickly. Has a bit of a drop on the ring. Doesn't
Very
look
nice.
like it phased her.
Milo
Captain's-
moves with a lot of confidence on the flow course, and we're seeing that same energy being matched here on the challenge course. She had 4th place by less than half a second as well. And I do think that a podium position on this challenge course is definitely in the cards for her.
Making
Needs a little bit more of a pop there, but makes it anyways. Muscles her way through the pipe slider. Very, very good dismount there. Made the most out of a not ideal situation. Now we're on full throttle.
And just remember,
Over to
we
one side.
only have
These-
one full course clear. And that was courtesy of Hannah Grella. And only 2 of our athletes have made it past the maker steps. One of those being, of course, Hannah Grella, but also Abby Clark.
Milo lands quickly and hops straight into the balance pond, bounds through, saves herself probably another 5 seconds. Making the right calls here. We're just at under 2 minutes remaining.
These cliffhangers, very, very hard on the fingers. But Milo Carpenter making awesome work of it. Onto that
A nice
thin
1-2
ledge.
pop right there. All right, now it's about building that swing over. She's probably going to go for the slanted ledge. Could go for the far one as well, but peels off. Lands on her back. Seems all right. Just chalking up a little bit, waiting for the timer to resume. And it looks like we're going now. Clock is ticking.
These cliffhangers, so difficult. And that slanted ledge that we just saw Milo go down on, you need otherworldly grip strength on that ledge right there. And
Here we
Milo,
go. Matching and going again. She might go for the skip. No, she goes for the same one. Peels off again. And that is going to do it for her run on the official leaderboards. She's going to try out some of these final obstacles.
including the maker
And
steps.
checking the leaderboard right now, that is going to land her in. It did not update. Well, hold up. There we go. It is going to land her into 6th place.
Yes,
With just
and
one runner remaining, but that one runner is Corinne Capriati, who could very well become our second finisher and could very well take home the title of regional champion today.
Yes, Corinne also had the top time on the flow course, clearing with the fastest time. Let's see how she will do on the challenge course. Looking very focused in the zone through this first obstacle.
Shuffling through, using her legs on the pole graspers, but still moving at a very fast pace. Isn't wasting a second right now. Gonna make a big jump out, trying to cut down on her moves on the captain's wheel. Good matching technique, but she lets it go a little bit more than she probably wanted to. Quick matches with her hands. Hand over hand technique, kicking back diagonally to aim for that platform. Lands it. Great move. It's kind of what I've been expecting to see a little more of. Corinne did it textbook. Got to reach out. She's on the shorter side here, so she's got to really extend her legs.
Gets the
Now she's
transition
going
to that first
knock it
one.
over. Just a reminder that those full throttle footholds are spring-loaded, so they are kind of trying to fight your body weight in a way when you're standing on them.
Goes for that axe. And gets it. Corinne Capriati goes through the balance pond and now onto the cliffhangers, which has been very tough for our athletes here. Chalking up courtesy of Jackson Erdos.
Oh, looks like she wants to be a little more centered. There we go. Wanted to be head-on that ledge before turning and going. Now, Corinne has a lot of grip strength, a lot of endurance. So I'm not surprised that she landed that whatsoever. Again, angling that dismount. Perfect.
She's got about a
Coming up to
minute
the
40
maker
seconds
steps.
left. Onto the maker steps right here. Taking a
Definitely
little bit
has
of time to
get
rep.
to the end of the course. You can see there, she's still locked off. She's still got the energy needed to get through this course. We just have to hope that her hands don't slide down too much on these maker steps. Steadying her swing. Locking in one hand then the other. Redirecting herself. Again, her directional awareness is so impressive. She just knows, okay, my hand is here. It's my right hand. I need to turn around. And she can just effortlessly work her way around and still do it quickly. Uh-oh, but she's needing an extra swing here to get to the cannonball. Not a problem for her. Yes. 45 seconds remain. I do believe that's going to be enough time to get to Angry Birds. The question is now, are we going to see her get to the buzzer? She's got
about 30 seconds left.
Top hats, probably not going to be a problem for her. Again, it's just going to be her versus the clock.
Has a good amount of momentum. Only has 15 seconds left to do the Angry Birds and hit the buzzer. She's got to go.
It seems like we're only going to have one attempt here. The lights are flashing. The time is winding down, and she's down. And it looks like, she does get an official retry. She's going to go for it. Almost linked it. Just missed it with her front hand there, but a great job from Corinne, landing her in the top 3. Not sure if that was second or third, but what I do know is that run was hype.
100% agree there, Kane. And up till that point, she looked so calm and collected, especially on those maker steps, as that puts her into third place on the challenge course.
0.11 seconds behind Abby Clark.
Great
what
stuff.
A stacked field. And
Great.
At the end of the day, it's going to be Hannah Grella who takes home the win with a full course clear. Taking a look at her run again. The only challenge course clear in the elite female division. An incredible job by Hannah. Great way to represent the team over at Next Level. Definitely got to be proud. Look at that catch on the nunchucks. Didn't even phase her. Took one swing and went to that buzzer. A great job from all of our athletes. We'll be seeing all of these ladies qualify, and hopefully we'll see them make the trip out to the World Ninja League Tier 1 World Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina, June 21st to the 24th. Now, as for our Northeast Regionals, you can catch us back here at 3:30 p.m. Eastern for the Elite Male Division. And if you want to check out any of this weekend's past action, you can go to the World Ninja League YouTube under the live stream tab for all of our past streams. And if you just want the results in real time, everything can be found on worldninjaleague.org. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in just a bit.